Last year, while on sabbatical, I had a chance to be a member of the Unitarian Universalist congregation once again, the first time in many years. It's been a long time since I was able to just sit in the pew and become involved in the work of congregational life. So nearly every Sunday morning, I drive the 20 minutes or so from my home in Wellfleet to the Universalist Meeting House of Provincetown. People there welcomed me warmly, and the Reverend Kate Wilkinson inspired and moved me deeply. She and that congregation helped me as I traveled back and forth to Western Massachusetts to help care for my dying mother that fall. Not only did they give me that personal inspiration and support, they led me towards some of the other meaningful parts of my sabbatical year. It was people from that congregation who invited me to join the Outer Cape Chorale, the 140-voice community chorus that I am still traveling to Truro nearly every Thursday evening to rehearse with. And after my first rehearsal with the chorale, when I was feeling completely overwhelmed by the number of people and the daunting music, it was members of the P-Town Church, who also sang with the chorale, who encouraged me to return and are always happy to see me every week. Wanting to do service in the community, I volunteered about twice a week at the soup kitchen in Provincetown last fall and winter, and started volunteering because there was a group from the P-Town Church that did the Wednesday volunteer block. I also found an incredible yoga teacher who, with her partner, are members of that church. So the Universalist Meeting House of Provincetown and its members became an intimate and integral part of the journey of healing, discernment, and service that was my sabbatical year. And as you will be reflecting today and for the next several months on your search process, I want to share with you what I, as a minister, would be looking for if I were in search for a settled ministry. In some ways, what I look for in a congregation mirrors the kinds of values that I look for in a relationship, because the relationship, the match between a minister and congregation, is critical to the success of ministry together. So first, I would be looking for honesty. I want a congregation that will honestly share both its strengths and its struggles. I want them to be able to say, these are the things we need to work on, and this is how we are dealing with them during this interim time. I want the information that a congregation sends me and the conversations I have with the search committee and with the references that I check to be telling a similar story about who this congregation is and where it sees itself going. I don't want perfection. I don't want everything on the outside polished so nicely that the little or big flaws are hidden away. I want to know that there is some important work that I can do there or here as a minister. I want a congregation that is interested in meaningful worship experiences on Sunday mornings and at other times. Worship services that are not just feel-good moments, but offer thoughtful and challenging times that touch people, calling us to a deeper understanding of God or the holy and who we are called to become in this world. If I'm going to give up most of my Sunday mornings to grapple with important issues, I want a congregation that is willing to do the same. It's important to me that a congregation has a sense of purpose or mission, or is striving to discern what that might be. Part of the meaning of a church community for me is that this is a place where we are nurtured to go out into the world and use our hearts and our hands and our voices to make a difference. I think it's our primary purpose as people of faith to bring hope and healing to a broken world. And as Unitarian Universalists, we have a theology and a language and a practice that is non-judgmental, accepting and embracing of difference, a way of being that is much needed today. I want a congregation that takes seriously the statement, "It takes a village to raise a child." A congregation that not only sees itself as that village, but recognizes that the security and nurturing of the village is necessary for all of us to grow and meet our full potential. It would be a congregation that incorporates its beliefs and practices into its religious education program, where many adults, whether parents or not, are involved with the children in some way. And because that village is important for all of us, I want to work with a congregation that knows how critical it is to welcome people and include all kinds of people in congregational life and its work in the community. We are all on a spiritual journey, and this is the place where we find companionship and support for that journey. I want a congregation that recognizes that ministry together is a shared endeavor, that understands the important roles that each of the congregants must play, so that the minister can be a spiritual leader and guide. Everyone in the congregation has to be involved in the fullness of the work of creating beloved community that will be a sign of acceptance and hope and healing, not only to its members, but to the larger world as well. In the words of Rebecca Parker, ministry is the work of serving life. Ministry calls and empowers all of us to be fully present, to witness to all of those times and places where God or the sacred intersect with our lives. Ministry, professional and lay, moves each of us to a deeper insight and meaning and into stronger relationships with each other and with the larger community. It is a blessing beyond compare. Amen.